to do like a quick Q&A. And as always, if you need our help and our assistance, I love to let you know that we do offer complimentary business funding strategy calls, free with my team, 15 minutes. I'm telling you, it will be the best experience of your life. We just go at it and we try to treat business funding like we do personal funding, guys. It is not like that, okay? So if you have any questions, drop your question here. I love live questions and coaching live. This way, yes, it's still open. So type chat, let's get started. Someone asked if my community is still open. It is still open. Type chat, book your free funding readiness call. Let's see if that's something that you even need. So a lot of the times we assume we know how to get business funding, and trust me, the route that a lot of people are going is incorrect and it lands them in trouble. Or they've already went an incorrect route for years on end. Let's just stop. Let's just see where we should start, okay? Type the word chat, book free 15-minute call, okay, guys? Please ask me some questions, all right? I'm always happy to not gatekeep on here. The reason I'm the type of person that do not like to gatekeep is because I was you. I'm you, right? I was an entrepreneur. I was using cash to bootstrap my business. You understand? So each and everything that I did, it was just self-funded through the business. Guys, if that's you and you're struggling to get funding, some people just do it like me because we don't want to owe anybody, right? So we look at business credit and funding as debt, when in reality, what I now know, and I learned it a very harsh way, is that you're literally building business credit for your business. Just providing your business an identity, all right? Let's provide our business an identity. An entity means a person, a thing. It stands alone, right? So you have a name, phone number, email, website, and a social media account, right? You may not have a personal website, but you have a web presence. Let's provide those same things to our business. Let's give it a professional name, a professional email, website, phone number, all right, and an identity. Do we have any questions? All right, so we don't have any questions, right? I know this is, happening here. So what do I want to talk about? You can look at my page. I provide a lot of game. And so when you ask questions, it gives me the opportunity, and anyone that's on here listening, to attach a real scenario to a real resolution to your problem. And then that's when things come out. You're like, oh my God, I didn't even realize that. But what I'll say while you have me here, make sure you're credible. Make sure everything is set up in alignment. Make sure all your business records match. Here are some reports I will ask you to also pull, because a lot of people are unaware. When you go into your business funding journey, or you start asking for money from banks, things that you have had removed from your personal credit profile or never popped up on your personal credit profile, guess where it may be hiding? With the secondary agencies, check systems, LexisNexis. Those are the primary two I will tell you to pull. If someone gets a line of credit, will that stop them from getting 0% credit? No. You can go to multiple banks to get 0% interest credit cards. You can also go to multiple banks to get business lines of credit. Banks are okay with that. Well, I won't say they're okay with it, but who knows? It doesn't matter. It's your prerogative. If you want to go out and get multiple funding sources for your business, it's the same. You have multiple funding sources for your personal. Why can't you do the same for your business? 0% interest credit cards. Okay, what about 0% interest credit cards? Oh, yeah. When you say 0% interest, I mean, they're not going to give you a loan for 0%. So I knew you were speaking of credit cards. Yeah, you could go to multiple banks and get 0% interest credit cards and 0% funding. The cool thing when you're tapped into like a financial literacy community or understand where some of these banks report to, you can then create a sequence for yourself. But I think where the challenge comes in at, like, even if you know where they report, you don't know like the rules of each bank, right? That's where expertise matters. Expertise matters. So a lot of the times you're hearing people like me and funding people pop in and give you little tidbits, but that's not the full story, guys. That's why you're still struggling. Mentorship and guidance and seeking help and literally paying for it, like, it will take you leaps and bounds. I'll give you an example. Like, I don't know if you guys know my story. Like, I took my business, my short-term rental business, and I had short-term and long-term rentals, right? And I had 18 doors, and I was making a bag every month, cash money every month for my Airbnb units, right? Ching, ching. Used to be a little sound that Airbnb used to give you, and I used to leave it on. So throughout the day, it was ching, 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 ching. You know, that used to make me feel good, right? And so I just was doing it, but I didn't do it correctly. I did not have business credit. This is why you're talking to me. So when everything fails, the competition comes in, I didn't have what it needed to sustain the business. But I couldn't file bankruptcy on the business because everything was in my personal name. That's the problem. All right. Here's what you should know. If you don't know anything right now, entrepreneurs, listen up. If you're not building business credit for your business, when things go wrong, you are personally responsible for it. Okay? Entrepreneurs, listen up. If you are not currently building business credit for your business and providing it an identity, you are setting yourself up to be personally responsible for and to anything that you have in bringing in cash, period. So if you don't know where you are and you're interested in building business credit and funding for your business and your entity, type the word chat. Book your free funding readiness call. Like, it's just as simple as that. So with me, I didn't do what my mentor said. I put all these units, I was doing a lease arbitrage into my personal name. So when things went wrong, I was personally on the hook for all those leases. I was on the hook for all the people I owed, for the operations of the business. I put nothing in my business name. I created the entity, but I didn't take the next steps for building credit and putting everything in that business name. So when things went wrong, I didn't have anything to lean on the business side. Now, had I had at least $50,000 in funding or a line of credit or $50,000 credit card just sitting there, I could have transferred some of that debt over to the business side where it was not reporting to my personal side, and it could have allowed me time to rebound. But since I did not build business credit or have any funding available to me when I had an 815 credit score and $600,000 flowing through a checking account and wasn't taking advantage of that, owned property, I was a banker's dream. Since I didn't do that, I was personally responsible. I had cash in the bank and thought cash was my rainy day fund. Guys, your rainy day fund is investments. Your rainy day fund, business credit and business lines of credit. Okay? Since I didn't have any of that, I was personally liable. I had to personally file bankruptcy. I was almost homeless. and I was in a really bad situation that I will never, ever, ever be in ever, ever, ever again. Okay, that cash means nothing when you hit a wall and that income stops coming in and you're responsible for 18 units. Okay? And a lot of you, and I know I'm not just blowing smoke because I talk to people every day in the same situation, but you think you know it all. And honestly, you don't until that brick wall starts coming down. Okay, thank you. I heard some strange information this morning. Okay. 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 Yeah, you're more than welcome. So, build business credit for your company. So that way, instead of me having to file a chapter 7 on myself, I could have been filing a chapter 11. I was in business over 5 years, guys. That was more than enough time with multiple 6 figures coming through my business. That was more than enough time to establish a standalone entity. More than enough time. Meaning, if I would have did things in the correct fashion, once I got into trouble, I should have been able to just file bankruptcy on the business and move forward with my A15 credit score. Because I didn't put things in place and protect myself. You can add other extra layers of protection. You have trust. You have the way that you set your entity up. All of that matters. Okay? And this is why I'm here, and I've been here for years now. Honestly, I love it. I love what I do. I love it. And I'm here to help you get funded, period. That's my only goal. And the 0% credit card, period, is over. What do you do with that credit card? What do you mean? What would you do with the credit card, with a 0% interest credit card on your personal side? Like, what do you mean? What do you do with the credit card? Guys, we're not getting funding to try to scam the bank. You're getting funding to establish a credit profile for your business and to partner with the bank. You pay it. That's what you do. You set yourself up so you're in a position to pay any funding that you receive. Don't just go out and go get funding, or you'll find out the hard way what'll happen if you don't pay them back. You will have court and judgments, and they will be on your ass. Okay? You will find out. So fuck around and find out if you want to. Okay? So don't run out and get funding and you can't pay them back. Always be in a position that you're making smart moves. That's why right now, for my mentorship, like, you know, you need to be an established, you got to have a certain mindset. Like, this isn't a cash grab. What's the best way to pay personal utilization? If you're really struggling, you can go with SoFi. All right? Go with SoFi and see if they can give you a loan and pay that debt down. Or you can see if you're in a position, if you already have a relationship with the bank, see if they will give you a personal loan. Just try to apply, cover those expenses. And then what you're doing is transferring the credit card debt to an installment loan, which will free up that huge impact on your credit report. Because with credit card utilization, you're literally losing up to 225 points off your report. So if you had an 800 credit score and you have high credit card utilization across the board, you're looking at a 575 or a 600 credit score. That was an excellent question. Do we have any other questions? Okay. If you're an entrepreneur, you're coming up under the sound of my voice. If you are not building business credit for your business, you are planning to fail. Okay? Just as simple as that. Create an identity for your business. Provide its own name, phone number, email, website. Make sure all the business records match. Make sure that your business is credible. Establish relationships with banks. That's how you increase the funding amount you need. And if you don't know where you are in this process, type the word chat, check your DMs, book your free funding readiness call. I look forward to helping and serving you. This is what I do. Happy holiday weekend. Be